Welcome to the Musar video blog. Someone asked me a question. A few weeks ago on Shabbos, we read in the Haftorah, we read the story about King Shaul, Shaul. So he made a big mistake, and we don't have time now to go into the whole story, but he wanted to get forgiveness, and his mistake was a great mistake. And the prophet Shmuel said, no, you can't be forgiven for this one. Or you could be forgiven, but your term as the king is essentially ended. Someone asked me the question, well, King David made a serious mistake as well. I guess that's a whole story which we can't go into now, but King David HaMelech did. He repented, he did teshuvah, and he stayed as the king. Not only that, he bequeathed the legacy of the kingship for all generations thereafter. What was different about them? The answer is that when Shmuel, the prophet, came to Shaul and said, you did something wrong, you made a tragic error, his knee-jerk reaction was, oh no, I did it because they pushed me into it, and I really didn't make a mistake, and this. He was filled with alibis, with blame. So even if he did ask for forgiveness in the end, but the trait that you displayed, that's not going to work. You can't be the king. David HaMelech, King David, when the prophet Nathan told him, you made a terrible mistake, his first words were, Chatasi Lashem, I have sinned before God. That was it. Didn't have any alibis, didn't throw blame on someone else, didn't say, well, you don't understand where I'm coming from. He wasn't filled with any of that. His knee-jerk reaction, right away, he took ownership. The prophet says, I did something wrong, I did something wrong, I take ownership, and I take responsibility, and I do what I have to do to rectify the situation. So I think it's an important lesson from King David that we could take to ourselves in life. Anytime someone says something negative of us, or casts aspersions on us, or blame, or within that, our knee-jerk reaction is, oh, it's not my fault. I have a whole story, I can give you my whole narrative, why I'm right, and why I'm justified, and you don't understand, and blah, 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 right? Take a lesson from David HaMelech, from King David. First and foremost, say, okay, I'm going to take ownership. Okay, we can start to discuss the situation. Maybe there is some basis to what I did. But step one is, let me think, maybe I am to blame. Maybe I did something wrong. That's the way to greatness. Instead of immediately putting up a shield and trying to deflect it somewhere else, say, okay, look, this person said it to me, this person said whatever it was, the situation has put me in a position where I may have done something wrong. Let me accept that, if you want to call it an accusation, let me accept that. And then let me deal with it accordingly. But first and foremost is, let's accept it. Don't go into the automatic state of denial. Take ownership, deal with it accordingly. That is the pathway to greatness. See you next time.